Last year, I set 12 resolutions. Now, year later, I have accomplished only several out of those. In this video, I'm gonna get into why I did or didn't accomplish given goal. And at the end, I'll give you tips for your 2026 resolutions so you have higher chance to succeed. So let's get into it. First one. Do a summer job in Austria. I wanted to do this so bad for several years, and last summer was the one when I wanted to do that, but it didn't work out. Why? I wasn't 18 years old. I did an interview, I wrote several letters, and nothing worked out. Everyone wanted me to be 18 years old, so gotta get older. Next one. Do an overnight trip in the mountains. Guys, I didn't know how to do this one. Okay, the only time I did an overnight trip was part of my Dauphiné expedition, and yeah, that was it. And I couldn't really get people together this summer to get on a trip like this. And also, I didn't want to go on a solo overnight trip because it was just scary. But sometimes life shows up in ways that no one predicts. And this time it was really connected with this because this summer I really got into solo trips. And I actually think that it was better than going in the old habits of going with other people. Start investing. I figured out that I must be 18 years old for it to be illegal for me to invest in stocks and other stuff. So again, didn't work out. Walk 50 kilometers in a single day. Guys, I was so close to accomplishing this one. We planned the trail, we planned the buses, we set a date, and then my cousin canceled the trip, and I didn't want to go alone. So instead I went, again, as I said earlier, on a solo trip to the mountains. And again, I think that it was much better because if I went alone, it wouldn't be as enjoyable as being in the mountains because those 50 kilometers, we wouldn't be walking them in mountains because, well, it's our first 50 kilometers in a day, so we gotta make it easier. And at the end of the day, I was really grateful that I got to spend that trip in the mountains alone because it really changed a lot about my mindset. And last thing that I didn't take off was don't find happiness in material stuff. Guys, this is just too vague. Like, I don't know what I was meaning by this. I don't even think that it was supposed to be ticked off, but yeah. I don't know if I did that. Maybe I did, maybe I didn't. Material things still fulfill me. I like them, but I also find happiness in friendships, family, relationships, and all the other unmaterial things, immaterial things, you know? So, not really certain about this one. Now, the things that did actually work out. Make at least one post per week. Guys, I gotta say it was mostly yes, because it really worked on this English channel except for December, but I was sick, so bear that in mind, please. And for the rest of the year, it also worked on the Czech channel, so tick that off. Second, go swimming at least once a week. Again, mostly yes, even during the summer holiday, which I didn't expect, because usually I fall out of these habits because it's just summer, and I want to enjoy it. I don't want to get stuck in habits. But actually, I did continue going to the swimming pool once a week. The only time I didn't visit a swimming pool once a week was when I hit my allergy crisis week in the spring, as I do every year, so I had to quit that one. Start meditating. I started meditating actually this fall, and it really started to change my life. I find meditation so beneficial. Maybe I should make another video just about meditation and my relationship with that, because I have been trying to meditate for the past 8 years, I think, so I got a long history with meditation. But this fall, I found it especially beneficial because it was just so grounding. It really calmed me down after a busy day, which was what I needed. And now, actually, my meditation app, it's Meditoo. You can see it right here. It's free, it's non-profit, it's on Google Play and App Store, and they have this New Year's challenge where every day you explore a new technique of meditation, and it's just 10 minutes per day. So I got into it, and maybe you could join me too, and we could see the results together. Another one, do an adult triathlon. Guys, before this year, I only did like the kids edition because the year I was born was still in the not adult version, but now this year was the first one I got into the adult competition. Funny that they let me do adult triathlon, but they don't let me invest. And I did not only one adult triathlons, but 3, and I just fell in love with it. I want to do even more this summer if I have time. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to that. Triathlons are really a huge part of my summer highlights. It was just amazing. I recommend triathlon to everyone. Reach 400 followers on TikTok. I accomplished that even before summer on my Czech TikTok account that I then deleted because I stopped making Czech content. Yeah, it makes me kind of sad because this was a goal I was working towards for years, and now that I've accomplished that, I moved on. But I really believe that it was the right thing to do. And last but not least, cross-country ski 40 kilometers. This was probably the first one I have accomplished. I did that in the spring in Austria, and it was hard. I gotta say that. It got me really tired, but the feeling was amazing. I have wanted to do this for so long, and now that I've done it, I'm just so happy about that. Now that we've gone through all of those things I did and I didn't, we should look at what we can learn from this. And I've got 3 main lessons that we all should take away. The first one is the one that most lifestyle YouTubers actually say, and I gotta say that it's true because you can even see it on the list, and it's that if you're setting a resolution or a goal, it must be specific. It must at best contain a number because that's what makes it trackable. If the goal is untrackable, you are less likely to complete it. For example, it was the one where I cross-country skied 40 kilometers in a day. 40 kilometers trackable in a single day. Also trackable. Or make a 1 post per week. Again, 1 post per week, simple. In contrary, the one, don't find happiness in material stuff. How do I know I completed that? Like, I can journal several pages about this thought and I will not find the answer. There is nothing to track. Like, pointless. Second advice, the goal must be realistic. Like, the unrealistic goals for me this year were, for example, investing when you're not 18 years old, illegal. Or I don't know if it's illegal, but none of those investing platforms allow it, so there is probably some law limiting it. Also, the summer job in Austria, it would be legal, but I guess the owners of the hotels and other accommodations prefer if you're over 18, so that's also kind of impossible for me right now. But again, if I didn't set these goals and if I didn't try to push and make them come true, I wouldn't know that they are impossible. So I don't say that I regret setting them, but they just weren't the right fit. And last but not least, and this one is especially important to all of you who feel like a failure when you don't tick off that goal. I really gotta repeat that even to myself because I find this one really important and I often forget about it. And it's that sometimes things just don't go as planned. And that's life. I didn't get to experience the summer job in Austria. I didn't get to have an overnight trip. But do you know what I had instead of these things? I could experience solo trips in the mountains. I could dive into my thoughts. I could get to know myself better. I could go to places that I have never thought I would go to. And just because the life took a different path than I expected it to. And so I don't take it as a failure. I actually believe that I benefited from it. Because life wouldn't be fun if it was all planned and all scheduled. Guys, I really want to hear it. How did your 2025 resolutions go? Do you have same experiences? What are your tips on making your goals come true? Please share them in the comments. And after that, you can watch this video that was chosen just for you. So, see you there or next Monday. Bye!